Welcome to Essential Ingredients. I'm your host, Justine Reichwood. With me today is Ashley Albert and Jeremy Nelson. Thank you guys for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me, yeah.
So happy to have you guys here. Today we're talking about Passover and the food that connects with Passover, the tradition, and specifically matzah and all the different things we can do with matzah, right? Ashley and I were having a conversation that, we use matzah for like the whole week. What other recipes can we make and encourage other people to do? So before we get going, Ashley, would you mind introducing yourself?
Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, I am the co-founder of the Matzo Project, which is an artisanal matzah company. We make all of our stuff in Brooklyn, and it's all, sort of simple, clean ingredients, nut-free, dairy-free, vegan, all the good stuff. And we make soup, and we make flats and crackers, and that's what I do.
And what inspired you to?
I had a friend, I lived in New York, and I had a next door neighbor whose family was getting rid of a pizza place, and they had a pizza oven, and I said, oh, you should keep it and they lived on City Island, and make the City Island Matzah Factory. And she did not take me up on that idea. And then like 20 years later, I was out with a summer camp friend of mine, Kevin Rodriguez, and he wanted to get into food. He didn't know what he wanted to do, but he wanted to do something. And he said he wanted to get into gelato. He said he found a place he was going to go apprentice in Italy, and he was going to become a gelato maker. And I was like, Kev, I've never had a gelato emergency. I've never needed gelato and couldn't find it. This is not a problem that needs solving. And he was like, oh, but I really think this is the thing. So I said, okay, we're going to go to every gelato place that you can think of in the city, and at the end of the day, if you can tell me what you would do differently, then I will help guide you towards gelato success. And at the end of the we walked around. It was like a rainy February afternoon. I don't think we saw a single person all day
eating gelato.
One scoop of gelato. Maybe someone came in for coffee. It was just tumbleweeds. And at the end of the day, he was like, I can't start a gelato company. I was like, no, it's a terrible idea. And then just in that moment, I don't know why, I remembered this idea that I had 20 years ago for that next door neighbor. And I was like, oh, you know what? You should start an artisanal matzah company. And he was like, yes, I love it. I'm doing it. And he went home and he started rolling out matzah, and he would drop off little brown bags that were numbered with different oils and different salts and different flours. And I was like a matzah czar. I'd try them and be like, too salty, more oil, less flour. And we hit on the recipe, and then he was like, great. Now what? And I was like, oh gosh, he knew it was a good idea, but he didn't quite know what to do with that idea. And so then I accidentally I really was just like, send me a box, goodbye. And then here I am. So, yeah.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. Very funny. I really like the journey, especially now, but I'm curious, what's the matzah emergency?
Right. I mean, there's matzah. We're having one right now, right? We're like, what do you do with matzah? I mean, we have matzah chips that are made, we have harissa flavor, and we have a cinnamon sugar flavor that's on JetBlue. It's just a snack. And
I had them on JetBlue.
You did?
I was so proud to say that this is my friend's company.
And they're we make little matzah bites for that one, and it's like the clown car of snacks. You keep eating them. You can't believe that there's still more in the bag. You just keep coming back, and you're like, I can't believe there's still things in here. Yeah, they're really good.
They are. I like the everything matzah.
Yeah, that's our bestseller.
So Jeremy, you're a chef, and I know that you focus on a lot of plant-based food in the past, and now you have new projects. Would you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Jeremy Nelson. I'm a chef, and right now I'm doing a food startup that I'm the chief product officer of called Flora, and we're focusing on taking a lot of the trim fruits and vegetables out of our waste stream and making high nutrient value ingredients with them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And if you want to learn more about that, we have a whole other episode on that.
Really?
Yeah, we do.
But in the meantime, we're going to focus on
keep it
matzah.
on matzah.
Okay,
Yeah,
keep it
yeah.
on
Let's keep it on matzah. I didn't want to make it too much about me.
No, I
spread
like
stuff
that.
on the matzah. Are you making anything
Of
we can
course.
put
Oh
on?
no, definitely. Yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah.
So can you, a little bit about your background though, because the reason we really wanted to be able to collaborate is because, first of all, you're a great chef. Second is you have a history with doing really better for you and plant-based foods. Mm-hmm. And so we thought on this holiday when we have to eat what many of us refer to as cardboard. But now, because we have the Matzo Project, we are relieved of that.
Slightly
Relieved.
Yeah.
And we wanted to collaborate and come up with some different recipes. So I'd love for you to just share a little bit about that journey for you, so that when we do collaborate, people understand the connection.
Yeah. So yeah, I do have a background in plant-based and also fine dining. So I've worked at quite a few Michelin star restaurants, and now my style is kind of fusing together all these experiences that I've had in the past. But definitely an emphasis on vegetables and wild foods in particular is a lot of what my cuisine's based on.
I thought the connection between your background and what we're doing fused very nicely for
good.
us to be able to share with people some of the ideas we have as a way to expand what we use matzah for.
Gotcha.
So, what are we making today?
So today we're making a matzah dumpling, a matzah and ricotta dumpling. So this is a gnocchi recipe, a ricotta gnocchi recipe that I've made a lot in the past. That's very delicious, and we're really just subbing the flour for the Matzo Project matzah. It's the matzah ball mix that we're putting in there, and it's going to be really good with some English peas and a little bit of Fiscalini cheddar, which is a local cheese maker in the Central Valley. It's really amazing.
Wow.
And some pea shoots, and keep it pretty simple. Yeah.
Sounds so springy.
Yeah.
It's very spring.
Yeah, it is spring,
and
right?
It's funny because you don't think Passover, in general, Passover food is very heavy. It doesn't, even though it's sort of a ritual of spring, the food itself, it's really nice it feels so modern to make it, focused on local, fresh, springy ingredients. I love that idea.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the goal, is to do something out of the box that people wouldn't normally do, to give matzah kind of a rebrand,
Yeah, we're working on it.
I think it's the rebrand, but it's also, for a week, people are not eating leavened bread. Or they just want to be able to incorporate it because they're celebrating it and it's tradition, right? So I think that's a great way to expand the repertoire in the kitchen, right? And then, Ashley, you had talked about a friend of yours that's a chef that had a great recipe that we're going to try to make also. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, Fanny Gerson from Brooklyn girl. She owned dough donuts. She has a La Newyorkina, which is a paleta company. And she has a new donut place that I can't remember the name of right now, but it's really good. And she had this recipe, I think it was in the New York Times originally, and it's a Mexican matzo ball soup. Ooh. And she puts cayenne pepper in it, I think. She's got she really zhuzhes it up and makes it, gives a little spice in a way that is unexpected. And she's an incredible chef. And so, so we're going to try out her recipe too.
So we got amazing. 2 extra nights. There's how many nights in Passover?
8. 7?
Right. No, I mean Hanukkah. I think it's Hanukkah. It's a week. It's a week. So at least we've got some.
Don't look at me. Don't look. Everyone's looking at me.
I was looking at her.
The 2 nights, because I don't eat matzah. I mean, I eat bread. I knew that I was in the right family when we had a Passover dinner, and my mom came and she brought challah, as if she was just bringing Jewish food, and it was Mom, we were all happily slathering butter and eating it. She was like, I brought blue ribbon challah, and then we were eating it, and we were like, wait, no, yeah. So I'm really more of a heritage Jew, and so I only go to Passover, to people's houses, and I love matzah, but I eat matzah year round as a snack, not really so much as a ritualistic food.
I'm with you. I mean, I enjoy hosting the holidays and going to houses, as you both know. Jeremy came for latkes and libations.
I was out of town.
But you came for Passover.
I came for Passover
last year.
Yeah.
Last year. It's our anniversary now.
Yeah, it was the first week. I mean, first week we were here in San Francisco, or in the Bay. Yeah.
So I love to make all these different foods. And the truth is, traditionally, I don't even eat gluten. I don't eat eggs. I don't eat any of these things. But I enjoy making it for everyone else because it's part of the tradition and the history, not in a religious way, but in kind of just more of a tradition than it is religious for me. So I love to share them because every year I create new recipes, and every year we bring back some of the old. So there's always something old and something new. So, okay, so should we get cooking in the kitchen?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Awesome.